Static variables. The static specifier in C creates the variable that exists throughout the lifecycle of the program, but it is restricted in visibility depending upon where they are declared. Unlike the global variables, static variables are not accessible outside their function or a file, but still it will retain its value between the function calls. This makes static variable especially useful for building generalized function or a library that needs to preserve its state without exposing its internal details. Now let's try to understand the same thing using the example use case. Static local variables. Static local variables are declared inside the function or a block. It will retain its value between the function calls and remains local in scope and only accessible within the block where they are declared. For example, a series is a function and series number is local static variable. Series number will be initialized with value 0 and it will not be destroyed when function exits. During the function calls, series number will hold its value and will be updated when function run. In the second example, you can see series number is initialized with value 100 and it will be initialized only during program startup, and each run of function series will increment the number by value 23. Static global variable. It declares outside the function but marked with the static keyword. It has internal linkage such that it visibles only within the file in which it is declared, and it prevents unwanted side effect by hiding the global variables appearing from the other files. In the example, you can see series num is global variable but marked static. Series num is global static variable and it hides the global variable appearing from the other file. And function series and series start can be used safely without exposing the rest of the program. Now let's try to understand the same thing using the example. In this program, we have two files, example1 underscore 1 and example1 underscore 2. In the file 1, we are demonstrating two functions, series1 and series2, indicating the nature for local static variable series num. In series 1, initialization for series num variable is done with value 0. In series 2, series num local static variable is set to value 100. When series 1 function will run 2 times, it will print the value 23 and 46 respectively. Similar way, in series 2, series num is set to value 100, hence it will print 123 and 146 respectively during consecutive run. In the example 1 underscore 2 file, we are demonstrating global static variable series num. Using the function series start, we are setting series num initial value, and when series function is called, it will increment existing value for series num by 23. In our program, we are setting initial value 50 and during consecutive run, series function will print 73 and 96 respectively. Let's run the program and see the output. As you can see, the outputs are same as what we discussed. Let's go back to the documentation and try to understand the further. Key notes: local static variables known only to their block and retains its value between the function calls. Same way, global static variables are known only to their files and remains hidden from the other files. Static variables are only initialized one at the program startup, not each time the function block is entered. By this way, static helps to prevent the side effect and improves the modularity in the large programs, and it gives lot of advantages. It preserves the state without relying on the global variables. It hides the implementation detail from the other part of the program, such that it reduces the risk of accidental modification in multi-file project, and obviously it improves maintainability in large and complex code base. From this topic, you understand the difference between local static and global static variable, and also recognize how static affects the scope and life cycle, such that applying static will preserve the value between the function calls. And also understand that static is helping to hide the internal details and prevents unwanted side effect in the large program.